Hey there, my pokey little puppies. How we doing? Welcome back to FIFI Quest. I am your host, Fifi Dosh, here in the only ham radio show, broadcast live to you, frozen in a block of ice in the subantarctic, later to be discovered and unearthed by a team of British scientists and uploaded to the internet for your listening pleasure. How you doing? It's good to be here, you guys. Hey, I was wondering if you guys would like to do a little quick thing with me. I don't have a clue what I'm going to talk about today, so I might start off with I was going to start the show off with a little centering prayer kind of thing, and now I thought, you know what, Fee, fuck that, just lay that down and record it, and because maybe listeners want to join too. So, here we go. Goddess, please lead me and inspire me to be the best version of myself, most of service, most visible, happiest, joyous, and free, and please guide everyone else to that too. And please help me have the faith and be willing to see it when you do show it to me. Please help me to know I'm worthy of it. Please help me to know that your guidance is safe. Alright, here we go. Gosh, what's going on today? Oh, today I put together that lamp. I can't mirror this right now. I'm trying to point to this. If you're listening, you can't watch me in the video. I'm trying to mirror point to the there it is. Set up that lamp today, and I put an owl and a Day of the Dead skull thing on it, and it looks good. So, I gotta pat myself on the back for doing that, everyone, because I don't know about you gals, I hate putting together furniture. I fucking hate it. Most of the day, I'm walking around being like, I'm a badass warrior princess woman, everyone. When I'm putting together furniture, it's like, help! I need a man! It's 1955! Voting is scary, it involves too much math. So, every time I'm putting together furniture, putting together appliances, every screw I tighten, it's just every turn of the screw, it's just a reminder of how I should have manipulated a man into doing this. And I'm not. So every screw turn is just failure. It's failure in my wrist. It's just, oh, you should have batted your eyelashes more, Fifi. You should have been a bigger tease. You think you want to be putting this lamp together? You don't. You don't. Like some cat lady. Anyway, so what's going on today? Oh, I cooked myself a big pot of chili tonight. And by a little cooking tip I want to share with you all. Toast your spices. It adds all the difference, and particularly like a deep, really savory, kind of wintry kind of dish. You get a little teeny tiny pan, and just set it on low, and everything you're going to season, dump that in the little pan and let it just simmer on low. And boy, does it really make your food a lot different. You'll be like, why does this taste so different? It'll be like, toasted spices. Everyone who's listening to this, you're a toasted little spice. I'm a toasted little spice today. Yeah, so I wanted to, just before I recorded this, I did a Zoom stand-up show. Now, I know the last episode was about me talking about quitting up stand-up comedy, and it was very emotional and heavy. You would have thought that I was like gonna accept that my child was dead rather than, deciding not to stand around at 2 a.m. and tell dick jokes to dumbasses. But it was a very big emotional thing for me because it was, as you know, a huge part of my life. And now it is not. And, however, before I came to all that, I did book a Zoom show that does pay. And I thought, like, I should cancel this. And I'm like, I could, but I didn't, and I just did it anyway, and I it's just not for me anymore, guys. I mean, if I was on the fence at all, you know, that show just kind of really nailed it home for me. You know, here's the thing, it went well, but I didn't care. I'm just sort of like, I don't feel very free right now. You know, God, excuse me, you guys. There we go, got a drink of water. I hate clearing my throat because I have to use my man vocal cords. So anyway, what I did was I did the show and it went fine, but I just don't feel like I have to prove anything anymore. It doesn't bring me joy to prove that. I kind of just feel okay on my own. I don't feel the need to prove that I am funny. I feel confident in my own sense of humor. When I do prove it, it doesn't mean anything to me anyway. And I just feel like, you know, it was almost like, hey, I can finally say I know how to do this. So now that I know that I can, do I care? And I don't. And here's what. I'm not going to demonize it, and I'm not going to go stand up as this. Just because I left something, I don't have to be like, this is terrible. I'm going to prove why it's terrible. Hey, everyone, listen to me why it's terrible. I don't need to do that. If other people want to have a lot of fun doing it, or it brings them joy, or means a lot to them, then good for them. But it's just not for me anymore. And that's all it has to be. You know, here's what I'm kind of thinking about career in the future. I apologize for all the throat clearing in this, guys. That's bad podcasting. Anyway, hey, you know what? I'm not apologizing for my own bodily functions. I was made with a phlegmy throat by the Lord. Are you saying God made a mistake by making snot and putting it in all our vocal cords so we could spray it on our loved ones? Huh? Are you questioning his divine plan to be rained in mucus? You are a snotty, slippery, slime-coated beast. And that's how it should be. So love yourself. Anyway, so, yeah, like I said, I just get to be a whole new person now. So it's like, why not, why wouldn't I, if I love this whole new person and I think it's great that I get to be this whole new person, why would I live as that person in someone else's life, in Joe's life? I don't want to do that. But here's what I'm thinking about career stuff. I have not a friend exactly, I have an acquaintance who, he wrote the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which I have to admit I haven't seen. But like, everyone says it was a hoot, and it made $1 bajillion, and Jim Carrey is in it, and what an awesome fun thing. And, yeah, I sent him my screenplay, because I've been just, you know, sending it around, seeing what's up, trying to get representation and all that. And, I just thought, you know, this guy, to have written this movie is a massive, like, that's a hit. That's an absolute hit. And he just seems like really divorced from the rat race of everything. And he's just kind of low-key doing cool stuff and being prosperous, and if he wants to go pop his head in and say hi to people and his friends can just be his friends, and is just kind of low-key killing it and doing his thing. I kind of think that's the kind of career I'd like, where I just I'm now realizing that before recently, I kind of worked the way I did things in my work life. Like, I was just scrambling around doing everything, and I thought I was focused, but I wasn't, because really I was just like, can someone do a thing for me? Like, how can I compulsively just up my flag? Can I up my flag over there? Great. Can I do it over there? Great. Okay, what do I, can something just happen to me so I can feel like, yeah, I did. Look at me, I got shit shining off me, and I just, living that way really made me unhappy, because it's all a front. There's no, it's a total veneer. And I lived as a veneer for a long time, just a cardboard cutout person, and I don't want to just, cover the outside with shiny shit I can't even feel, and when I'm dying on the inside. I like feeling good on the inside. And, so, suffice to say, I write projects and I put myself out there, and, do I want to do FIFI QUEST? Would I write down, like, I want to do FIFI QUEST professionally forever? Do I want to do that? I don't know. Is it just going to be a small personal thing? Do I want it to reach out and branch to hundreds of thousands of people and it be a big source of prosperity for me? Maybe. I'd like to get to yes. That would be cool. There's no reason why I can't. But I'll tell you right now, in terms of being clear on stuff, I decided recently I want to make my movie. I want that. I'm really proud of that movie. It's really cool. It's really unique. It's really funny. I almost don't want to talk about it too much because I'm going to make it. You hear me, everybody? I'm manifesting the script that I wrote. And, so yeah. I'm just super, fuck it. I wrote a script about Hitler's gay best friend, who's a real person, who he knew. It takes place, it's not a World War II movie. Sorry, I'm fluffing my hair up right now. It takes place in like the 20s, in Weimar, Germany. And Hitler basically had a friend who was just a big queen who was in everybody's face all the time. And was not closeted about who he was, and Hitler and him were really close, and I wrote a comedy about him. And it's, guys, I gotta say, I used to really put myself down a lot, and I'm just gonna tell you, this is a great script, and I'm really, really proud of it, and I think it's a hilarious comedy. It's an incredible satire, and I love it, and I'm proud of myself, and I want to make that, and I'm going to make it. So that's what up. There are people who write movies and make them. And I used to believe nothing good ever happens to me. Yeah, that's another thing. I used to believe nothing good ever is just going to happen to me. I had to face that fear. And I used to think like, well, nothing good is ever just going to happen. Good things don't just happen to me. But I can be so good that I can force you to do what I want. And that way is no fun, and I can't. I so can't. So now where I'm coming from is I'm like, I really operate under the belief, I am good, I am valuable, I am a gift to the world, my talent is a gift, and what I write is great. And I don't have to do that, oh shucks, if you want it, blah, 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 blah. I don't have the luxury of thinking that way. It sunk me. Now I really believe this script is good. I am valuable, and things get made because good things happen to me. And I have a lot of talent in that area, and that's a thing people do, so I can do it. So, that's what's going on with all of that. And like I wrote a TV pilot, like do I want to get that made the way I want to make my movie? I don't know. I wrote it. We'll see. It's almost like, well, I wrote it, and here I have it. It's a thing that I have, and if you want to make it, that would be great. And now I have something to wrap myself around, and that I don't really want, but I know I want to make my movie. And also I know that the fact that I was guided to write it means that I needed to learn something by writing that. So, yeah, career stuff is the big area of change in my life right now, you guys, and this is the new attitude I'm bringing to it. And I hope it's valuable to you. So, but yeah, it's not stand-up anymore. And I think it would be fun to get like a YouTube page, and maybe I could do videos where we review movie. I had this I'm not gonna put my idea out there yet, but like I always think of like, the Red Letter Media guys. They did those Mr. Plinkett reviews of the Star Wars prequels and then the new ones, I always thought like doing something like that would be a really good outlet for my comedy, and doing that with like a friend where we talk about stuff. And I always think like people in a room are funnier than on stage. So yeah, I mean, I could make videos like that, do them anywhere, and make a live. That's where my career can be prosperous. So I'm having a meeting with some friends, like a spiritual kind of get together where I'm really going to focus on where I want to put my energy. And just the way I said, I want to make my movie, I'm really going to clarify those other stuff and really go forward, rather than just being muddled and being like, well, maybe this, maybe this, maybe that, maybe you want to give me something, maybe you want to give me something. Secretly, I don't think anyone's going to give me anything. Now I believe, like, I am good and big and worthy, and I'm out there gonna give what I have and be in a spirit of give and receive with the world. So, in terms of transition stuff, I've been on hormone therapy for about 6 months now, and I've only been on... I'm currently on, if you're interested in my dosage, I'm on 8 milligrams of estrogen, estradiol, I believe it's pronounced, and 200 milligrams of spironolactone, which is a testosterone blocker. Now, when I started, it was 2 milligrams of estrogen and 50 milligrams of spiro. Estrogen got bumped up to 4, I think, testosterone to 100, and I went on that for a while. But I've been on my 8 milligrams, 200 milligrams for about a month now, and I feel like I'm getting different, I think you can definitely see it in my face. Look at FIFI QUEST episode 1, you can definitely tell. Although a lot of that is makeup too, let me tell you. Episode 1, FIFI. How do you do foundation, episode 1, FIFI? Well, take your very bassy baritone man voice, Fief, and just gets that shitty Maybelline power from Walgreens and just dab it on your head. And that's how you do it. Anyway. Also, I'm not gonna show you because I'm a lady and I'm not wearing a bra today. But my tits are coming in. Yeah. I can definitely feel it, It's interesting because, like, damn, my tits are getting sensitive, you guys, big time. And it's funny because, like, as a guy, it made me realize, like, wow, I use my chest a lot. Like, if I were to pick up something heavy, I would kind of, like, hit it against my chest and use my chest to brace it. Now that hurts like shit! Hugs kind of hurt. Coming in for a hug, it's like, yay! Ah! So, I don't know, you gotta, like... You ever do, like, a team building exercise where you're catching an egg and you gotta... Or you're, like... What's that thing when, like, Always Sunny, where they're, like, doing the hockey sticks and trying to catch the bowl of milk? That's what you gotta do with your tits when you're coming in for your hug. You're like, So that's coming in. And, I feel like my hair is coming in. You guys, it's still, it's kind of Little Orphan Annie. It's kind of a Annie length right now. Not Little Orphan. No, that's the same person. Are Little Orphan Annie from the musical and Annie Oakley the same person? No. I think the orphan is the same girl and the other one shop people in the Old West. She was probably an orphan, too, you know. Probably got left in a basket. And, on a pile of bison shit. And, you know, got a gun at it, you know, with just a pistol in the basket, and then made her live in rustling hogs. I've talked about this before, about the Old West. You ever stop to think just how fucking dry everybody's probably was? Just people are barely bathing. You know, it doesn't rain out in Kansas or wherever the fuck the Old West happens. And, you know, Oklahoma. And there's no goddamn moisturizer to speak of, so you're just dry and ashy. And then you go into the brothel and you just go into one of the 4 prostitutes and you just fuck on top of, you know, 9 thread counts sheets. They're made out of like straw and horsehair, and just the friction, just the body to body to sheet to life fuck friction, you guys. Blech. Just beaten off with calloused hands. Yeah. You know, you eat your wife's pussy, and you gotta go wash off your face in the well half-mile away. Anyway, so, hair's coming in. I think that's good. Starting to like it, starting to get real fluffy. I'm really excited when it gets long and curly. I think that's just gonna be, it's gonna be so me. And, I wish my face was different right now. I wish that would kind of chop, but, here's the thing. I do have kind of a big head, and you could say, you could say I have a big chin, I guess. Oh, fuck, I don't know. That's a weird thing about being trans, is it's very, like, it's hard to just get an accurate sense of what your body looks like, because, like, you're so not connected to it for most of your life, and then, you know, it's just, you know, you want to feel like what maybe you don't look like yet, just because fuck it, I get to, and it's just tough. It's tough to really know how you look, so you kind of just gotta feel good and just feel like, I don't give a shit, I feel good, and I do the things to feel cute, and, you know, fuck it, home slice. But, I wanted to share another thing about my body changing, like with my tits coming in and everything. I guess this is as good a time to share this. I have a thing called sexual anorexia, and, it's very much like food anorexia, where food anorexics are very kind of terrified of their own appetite, and they think like their appetite is bad and it's gonna lead them to something terrible. And I'm like, oh no, I can't give that anything at all, because if I do something terrible will happen. That's what a sexual anorexic is like with their sexuality. It's like their sexuality is an engine that just runs and it's part of who you are, but it's like, no, I can't, I gotta clamp that down, I can't, no, if I let it out, it's gross, and, yeah, so, like, for the longest time, if you knew me as a guy, you know, I identified as a gay man, but it was like I didn't have a sexuality at all, and, it's, you know, there are things to do about it. You can go to therapy. There are programs about it. Do you guys watch Succession? It's low-key. They don't say this, but this is like, it's what Roman has, you know. Now, granted, he's got some other things, like with the, like, It's like, you know how like Roman is disgusted by sex and like just kind of, or like, you know when Shiv compliments him, there's an episode she's like, you're a super talented rock star and I love you, and he's like, you're such a bitch. Like, he just can't feel love because he doesn't think it's safe, and he thinks that drive to feel it is bad and scary. So it's like, and you know, like again with food anorexics, to constantly shut down your appetite for food, you have to constantly be thinking about food, even if it's don't eat food, you know? That's kind of what sexual anorexics do. You know, in the show, Roman is always, like, everything he says is sexual innuendo, like, literally nearly everything. And my comedy act during that time was really sexual. Even though I wasn't having it, and you wouldn't know I had a sexuality, but suffice all that to say, if you're out there and if you feel that way, like maybe you don't date or you feel like you can't be vulnerable or can't flirt because there's a wall up, and there are things you can do about it, and you don't have to live that way, which is wonderful. But I bring that up because with my body changing and like my tits getting bigger, part of that anorexia flares up. And it makes me feel like, oh, you got this, and you put this. Well, you can't embrace this. This is weird. Don't. No. But like, and I'm like, no, that's my sexual anorexia flaring up. My sexuality is beautiful, and I'm now getting the body that's more conducive to it, and it's great to feel myself. I never knew what the word "feel myself," the phrase "feel myself," what really meant until I transitioned. You know, I like feeling in my body and feel like I feel myself from within, and I animate myself when I move through life from within out. You know, it used to be, and it sometimes still is, where it's like I'm dragging myself through life. It's like I'm dragging my body through life. And like my body is like a dog on a leash that doesn't want to go for a walk. And now I get to feel in my body, and it's because of the work I did on my sexual anorexia, and now that I'm transitioning and getting into my new body. So you don't hear about that a lot, but it is a real thing. And if you're out there, there's stuff you can do about it. And you're not weird, and you're not a freak. It's a thing. And there's stuff you can do. So anyway, I guess that's the episode, I think. Yeah. It's been wonderful to talk to you as always. I appreciate all you guys who support the show and watch the show. And Beth Wallach, I believe your name is. Thank you for sharing the post the other day. I see you, girl. I've been noticing you sharing the show around. Thanks a bunch. If you want to email me at fifiquestpodcast@gmail.com, I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to rate and subscribe, share the show around, let everyone know it's out there, like it on YouTube, do all that stuff. That can help the show get bigger and help me keep making more. So, hope you're all having a lovely night, and I hope you all feel loved, and hope you love yourselves, and you feel good about who you are. So, that's all. Good night.